Welcome back. Welcome, everybody. I know it's after Christmas. It's been a few days since Big Six Bands have gone live. Obviously, Trap's going to be here in a minute. His device is bugging out, and he tried to call me unorganized, which is crazy. But I'm joined by Joe. I'm going to be joined by Traps as well. And we are going to be the free hosts of the Big Six Bands call-in show today. Obviously, I know it's the 28th, but I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas for those who do celebrate it. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope everyone's having a nice break. For those who are going back to work and those who have started work already after the Christmas, I hope you guys have had a good time with family and friends and whatever way you guys have spent your holidays. But listen, there is football. There are midweek fixtures and there's plenty to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, tomorrow will be the official roundup of all the midweek shows. But today is obviously the match reaction call-in show. I know you guys wanted me to bring back the call-ins. And obviously, this is an opportunity for a lot of the fans and the people to obviously have their say, call in and have a conversation about some of the games today. Of course, Chelsea played Crystal Palace at home and narrowly won 2-1, even though they actually were the more dominant team. I probably did deserve the win overall. And of course, Man City, who also struggled a little bit as well, but again, probably deserved the win in the way that they closed out the game in the second half with a 3-1 win over Everton with a absolute Foden masterclass as well. But listen, we need you guys to do three things. One, make sure you go and follow Traps and Joey Sports and Joe Sports Talk as well on socials. Make sure you follow Traps on TikTok as well. Two, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are very close to 7.5k subs. We are on the cusp of it. So again, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new and if you're enjoying the content. And three, make sure you smash the like button. Let's get this video to at least 100 likes for today. So let's make that happen. I know there's a lot of football. I know people are a lot busy. I know holidays and everything like that. So things are going to be a little bit disjointed until maybe the new year. But as soon as the new year kicks off, obviously we'll be back to basics. And obviously, of course, we will be doing our usual schedule, of course. And big up Assad. And I'm not on every channel with my own. It's just been never a foul, to be honest. But I was also on Saeed's earlier today as well. It's just that work rate. You know what I'm saying? It's that work rate. So big up Assad, big up Tyro Gunner TV as well, big up Kingsmano, big up Lee22, you never walk alone, you know what I'm saying? Big up Maradon, big up Mr. Link as well. Shout out to people who are here every day. Chaps, what's going on with you? Chaps, leave and come back, man. Leave and come back. For now, we'll run this, Joe, just me and you. But listen, Joe, it was game day. You know what I'm saying? It was game day. You lot got the job done. Lavia debut, you know what I'm saying? Of course, and Kunku performance there as well. And a Madueke late penalty, which was obviously a penalty, by the way. I don't think there's anyone out there who doesn't think that was a penalty.
Clear pen.
Clear penalty. I mean, you guys made hard work of it again, though, man. Like, when is it ever easy? When is there ever going to just be a nice little 1-2-0? When is it ever going to be that?
You want to know something? I don't know if it's going to be like that all year. Because, like, I've said this all year. Like, we're a goddamn roller coaster. We are a roller coaster. We win, we'll win one, we'll lose one, we'll be up at the top of the mountain, we'll come down. It's just what it is with this team. There's just so many things that I dislike from what Poch is doing in an overall sense. It's just it's tough for me to be like super critical of players when, well, other than individual mistakes that like anybody in their right mind can see, like that, it's just tough for me to be super critical of players like Mudryk, specifically. Colwell is another one, even though he's been an awful left back. It's just like I'm just like the performance is not convincing, and Poch hasn't given us any sense that he's going to make any changes. Like, I mean, it started from the beginning of the season when we played you guys, right? Like, we saw Chilwell play left wing. Like, yeah, it's been consistent. Like, the guy just consistently has been making tactical errors that put people in positions to not be successful. Like, who's going to think Mont? You can, with your eyes, you don't even need to see with your eyes. Before the game starts, you say, Olise is going to be one-on-one with Colwell. What do you think about that?
Not happy thoughts. No, not happy thoughts.
You're putting players in in positions that are just you're not going to be successful. Am I Poch out? Yeah, because he's not making the changes that I've been wanting to see for months. I've been wanting to see Colwell just play left center back, which he's supposed to play, which he is, a left center back, a left-footed center back. That's what he is. That's what everybody wanted. That's why Liverpool wanted to buy him for. That's what Brighton wanted to buy him for. Just play him at left-footed center back. Like play Matt at left back instead of right wing. So he whip the ball in with his left foot because his left foot is all is more dominant foot. This project, the players is so hard to. It's so hard for me to just be like Caicedo could be playing way better. Conor Gallagher is the one player that frustrates me more than any player all of Chelsea. Yes, he works very hard for this team. Yes, he puts in good performances. If you go and look at the stats, he has all these passes, and 90% of them are passed backwards. Midfield, that's not going to do us any good.
True.
Just for the sake of conversation, okay? Lavia in 30 minutes of playing had 7 passes into the final third. Conor Gallagher had 70 passes in the game, and only 3 of them were in the final third. And he played 90 minutes in the same position as Lavia. And you had a great question earlier, like, would Lavia be a better suited person for this team, for Poch's system, potentially? I think Lavia and Caicedo should be played together. I think Conor Gallagher is truly the odd man out, and exactly why he's on the trading block pretty much is because we really believe in Lavia and what Lavia can bring. And Gallagher is just a headless chicken running around most of the
time. Okay. I hear what you're saying. Obviously, big up, chaps, and welcome to the stream, buddies. You good? Is everything all right?
Yes. Welcome myself.
No, I'm saying good to have you here, obviously. I know this is the call-in show. We've got a couple of people in the back waiting to join, but I kind of just wanted to get, obviously, you lot's opinions on some of the stuff that you've seen today in terms of the City game and the Chelsea game. Obviously, just before we do get the callers in. The callers, anyway, their opinion. I was obviously watching the Chelsea game. I didn't see all of it because I was kind of switching between the City game, so I missed more of the City game than I did, but I did catch most of the Chelsea game. And I kind of felt that Chelsea still played well. You guys created a lot of chances. I think that Nkunku is definitely like that guy for me where he's the standout attacker without ever having to like kind of play his way into form or really has like a down patch or a bad few touches. It's just consistent quality in my opinion. I don't want to overrate him too much already, but you can just tell when someone's got it in it. You can just tell when someone's got it. And he's probably going to be a breath of fresh air for this Chelsea team. I think while Enzo is out, I think this might benefit Chelsea a little bit more rather than having to kind of put everything on him. And that's like to create, to keep it ticking, any sort of midfield, the dog work. Things aren't all on one person anymore with 2 more passengers, because that's what I kind of felt like it was. I thought like the magnifying glass was on Enzo and Caicedo and Gallagher were kind of just the runners and the legs to just go do whatever. Now, with him not there, the responsibility within the midfield is spread. And I think we will see a better Chelsea when the responsibility in the midfield is spread out rather than almost more focused on one person. Not that it's assigned to one person, because it's not. You're not going to assign all the jobs to one midfielder, but there's no confusion as to what you're trying to get the best out of Enzo. Everyone just goes, cool, Lavia's the press-resistant one, Caicedo's the dog, can progress when he needs to do that, and Gallagher's going to be the hard worker.
And you got profiles for all of them, really. You got a different profile for all of them.
You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. There's a profile. Done. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball into the 10, get the ball into the false 9, get them on the half turn, wingers invert, and see what havoc can cause. And that, if you can add the goals in there, it's a start. I mean, it's not,
You know what Nkunku does, though, Mons? It brings like a scare factor to the team a little bit. It brings if you saw in the goal when Gusto cuts it back to Mudryk, when Nkunku has the ball at the top of the box, he drags 3 players towards him, and then you have Gusto just running free. It's like it's like a player that you have to make sure that you're guarding at any time during this. Otherwise, he will cook you.
It's true. It's true. And that's what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. I think Lavia is more suited to the system. If I had to pick Lavia or Caicedo right now, just off of that cameo alone, I'm probably picking Lavia. Traps, what do you think of the whole Chelsea thing? Like, do you think they kind of? I just think they just make hard work of things for no reason in it. Kind of like what you looked at against Villa, but Villa are a much better side. Do you know what I'm saying? What's your take on the Arsenal on the Chelsea game?
I mean, I didn't watch the full game either because obviously I had money riding on the City game. But bruv, listen, this is the story of Chelsea. Like they have a game plan. They go, and execution is way below par. Like, and and with the pressure that they've got right now with the players that they've bought, yeah, obviously they need results now. They need results now. They need performances now. But like I said, Chelsea have got, if Chelsea as it stands right now, yeah, they've got the problem that Poch has is that how long has he been there for now?
6 months.
Well, 6 months.
He's been there for 6 months and he still don't know his best 11. This is the problem. Like,
I agree.
This is the problem.
I agree 100%.
And even with his best 11, he hasn't even identified who's his best players.
Traps, though, that's partly not his fault, though, too. If you think about it this way, right? Before you continue, if you think about it this way, right? Like if Nkunku and Lavia, two players that you really think that are probably going to be key pieces of this team, are out in the beginning of the season, and then their backups also get injured, and Carney Chukwuemeka, and then Caicedo and Enzo are getting injured and coming in and out. It's like you can't necessarily blame him for those specific things.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying this is the problem. Like this is the problems. It's like he's gonna have to, like, there's players that have come back. Obviously, he hasn't had Nkunku all season, but obviously Nkunku is a pretty good player. But going forward, it's like Poch is getting cooked because obviously he's got to do this on the job. Like he can't. Unfortunately, that's what it is right now. But I just think where Chelsea right now, Chelsea just need to focus on. I don't think they need to focus on getting into Europe or anything like that. They just need to focus on finishing halfway up the table or something like that. And then next season is where things are going to have to improve. But I don't see why Chelsea fans expect anything from at this present moment in time, because as you said, a lot of these players that they've bought haven't performed. They haven't showed a level that, I mean, Enzo, for instance, they was giving us all these kind of accolades about Enzo. I don't think Enzo is that great. I think Enzo is a box standard midfielder, to be honest with you.
If the stats say otherwise, Traps, to this day, the stats say otherwise.
I do feel. I mean, stats are stats at the end of the day. But like I said, Bruno's got 100 big chances created. But what the fuck have we won with that?
Yeah, but that's not the type of stats I'm talking about. I'm talking about just like accuracy stats, passing.
Nah, I'm not hearing all of that stuff, man. Listen, I've got 2 eyes. Listen, I've got 2 eyes here. These eyes are 30 plus years old, bro. I've watched a lot of football in these times. I know when I see something. And I'm telling you now, this guy is overrated. At the end of the day, what you bought, and what you was expecting for what you bought, you are not getting, and it's as simple as that. You're not getting. No, you are seeing. You are seeing.
No, I'm not, because you want to know why I'm not seeing? Because there is still not a functional system in this team. Yeah, but you're still playing players out of position.
You're playing players out of position.
Still right now, you're playing players out of
position. Listen, you're playing players out of position. But what are you seeing from Endo that will suggest that he is £100 million player? Because I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing nothing.
When you play a system that's not working, nobody looks good. That's what we've seen. Nobody.
That's not true. That's not necessarily true.
Traps.
That's not true because it's not true because players that can play, they stand out in these kind of situations. You know what I'm saying?
And even to this day, he's looked more like one of our best players on the field.
Well, if he's one of your best players, then that's why you're sitting in 12th, mate.
No, that's not true. The reason why we're in 12th is because Conor Gallagher plays the most minutes on our team.
Conor Gallagher is a scapegoat.
You want an answer, right? You want an answer. The reason why we're 12th is because we lack finishers. The reason why we're 12th is because we're young and we make individual mistakes. Those are the 3 reasons why. We're young and we keep making individual mistakes. That's what it comes down to. Like if you want to put all the blame on one person, like that's fine. Like that's
I'm
your
not putting the blame. I'm not putting the blame on. I'm not putting the blame on Enzo. I'm just saying, listen, the attachment, that some of you lot have, to these big signings, these employees of your club. You should be expecting more. I expect more from my club. I expect more from the players that we have. So at the end of the day, players like Conor Gallagher, is not playing to a lower level than Enzo Fernandez. That's a fact. That's a fact. But he will be scapegoated. He'll be scapegoated because obviously a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong. Conor Gallagher doesn't have the quality in the final third. He doesn't. But at the end of the day, he's been given a role to play, and he's probably played it better than most of the team. That's why he's there. That's why, because at the end of the day,
and that's why we're in 12th, bro. Because he's been our best player.
But you can't turn around and say that. You can't turn around and say.
Why? What do you mean?
No, listen,
he's been our best player. That's why we're in 10th. He's been running around and say off all year.
Yeah, but you're not making sense. Listen, Joe. You're not making sense, bro.
The lost chicken. Like, don't give me
that.
You're
not making sense.
I'm the one that watches this team consistently, bro. Like,
you're not making sense because you're saying you can't blame Conor Gallagher for why you're sitting in 12. And at the same time, you're telling me that
I just gave you 3 reasons why. You're just
hold on, man. Two things can be true. Like, I believe Conor Gallagher, like what Trap said, has been Chelsea's best midfielder. However, the fact that that doesn't make him good enough for Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, but that shows you the level of the rest of them. That shows you.
No,
if
no, it doesn't.
Your best midfielder.
No, it doesn't.
Enzo's not performing.
But look, okay,
it does not. It literally does not, though. It literally does not. Oh, midfield is a cohesive unit. That doesn't make sense.
I'll give you an example. Wataru Endo right now is Liverpool's best midfielder. Does that make him a better player than Szoboszlai? Of course not. Like, it doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Gallagher is not Chelsea's best midfielder, but for me, in terms of consistency and what the manager wants, he is delivering what Poch wants. But he's not good enough.
Agreed.
And again, if Gallagher is your best midfielder, that is probably why Chelsea are where they are.
It's
not fair on him. Like, it's not Gallagher's fault.
It's not just Gallagher, though.
Yeah, but
it's not just Gallagher. I'm not putting it all on Gallagher.
Where was Gallagher last season when Enzo was putting in stinkers? Where was he?
Enzo wasn't putting in stinkers, though. Gallagher was the one putting in stinkers. You don't watch this team. I watch his team. Gallagher was the one putting in stinkers.
Come to Old Trafford and stink the gaff out. Stink it out.
Bro, Enzo was our best player last year. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro?
Enzo is at Old Trafford. Listen, Enzo is at Old Trafford getting outpaced by Casemiro. That man there, I've seen him get cooked. Yeah, that man are getting cooked left, right, and center, bro. Don't try and go on like.
Bro,
listen,
everybody in the world gets cooked, bro. Everybody in the world get cooked. That doesn't mean they're a better player or worse player. You personally have.
Are you mad?
I watched Conor Gallagher for the last 3 years at this point. He was in the pivot last year with.
Hold on a second. You've got people like Declan Rice.
Okay.
West Ham. Yeah.
Okay.
West Ham, in actual fact, is a shit team. If we actually be honest about it, they're a shit team.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Declan Rice has stood out in that shit team for years. Yeah. He's gone for 100 million to Arsenal, right? Bellingham, 100 million. He's gone to Real Madrid. They played him out, not the position that we thought he was going to play in. They put him out of position. He is shining. These men are 100 million. Why are they not shining? Why are you blaming Conor Gallagher?
I'm not, bro. You see how you see what you just did? You just took my words and flipped them to the way that you wanted them to be.
You can't do that.
Bro, I just said that there's a system problem. You wanted to take Conor Gallagher out of all the different pieces that I told you. I said 3 different pieces of the reason this team's not working. And you just took one. So if you want to take your agenda, run with it, bro. Run with it. Because if you don't want to listen to what I have to say and the way that I am approaching this, that's fine. But you have an agenda that you want to run with. So run with it, bro.
Listen, this is what makes me laugh. When I give my opinion,
it's not an opinion if you're wrong. It's not an opinion if you're wrong.
Of course,
bro,
an opinion can be wrong.
You just said that Enzo was putting stinkers out last year. He was our best player last year. I just if you don't watch the team, that's fine.
All right, cool. Listen. Let me marry the two. Enzo Fernandez was your best player last season. Where did you end up?
We're in 12th.
All right, cool. Gallagher was your best player this season. Where are you now?
Same place.
Say no more.
That doesn't make that literally like wait. That literally has no like the correlations between the two is absolutely asinine, bro. Like where are you? Where's your brain coming from, my dude?
Joe, listen.
That doesn't even make sense, dude. That doesn't even make sense. Bro, we just had $1 billion in changes. How do you make that sense?
I'm telling you now. What I'm not prepared to do, Joe. I'm not prepared to do, man. Joe, what I'm not prepared to do.
I'm gonna allow it, bro. I'm gonna allow it, bro.
Joe, listen. What I'm not prepared to do, Joe, listen.
My team is not good. Okay, my team is not good.
What I'm not prepared to do is sit here and watch you man slate Gallagher because Gallagher.
You don't want us to hear it. That's fine, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Go on.
My team is not good. They're not playing well. The system is not working defensively. Offensively, it looks all right. Okay? It looks all right. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say more than that. It looks all right. These $100 million players that you are speaking of, they have not lived up to the expectations. Plain and simple, they haven't lived up to the expectations. But in this case, I am not going to put so much blame on these players until I see a system where people are playing in their goddamn positions.
So is it Poch's fault then?
That's
it. Poch's fault then.
Bro, until he proves me otherwise, yes.
So basically, yes. So you want Poch out.
It is.
Right, well, so you want Poch out.
It's either black and white.
You're now blaming Gallagher, yeah, for Enzo Fernandez's performances. I'm asking you a question.
Look at you. No, Traps, I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you do that, bro. I'm not letting you do that. You took my words and you spinned it.
Joe,
that's what you want to do. Spin the words, bro.
Joe,
when we talk about Manchester United, I promise you, I'll be back. When we talk about United, I'll be back.
Joe, listen. Listen.
No, I ain't listening. Because you haven't listened. I'm not going to listen. What the fuck am I listening for? You haven't listened to a word I said. I gave you 3 points. You took one of them and you ran with it. I'm not going to listen.
All right, fair enough. Let's move on then. Let's move on then, man.
Thank you. That's what I want.
Listen. We'll carry on in terms of this argument, in terms of Endo's performance or whatever, and we can have different opinions. I understand it. I'm going to bring in Elijah, who is also a Chelsea fan, and I kind of want to get his take on this kind of Chelsea midfield conundrum, because there's so many answers as to what could work for Chelsea. There's so many different midfield combinations. A lot of people do think Enzo has been stinking up the gaff, but there are also a lot of people who think Enzo walks into most teams in Europe if he's put in the right system. There's a lot of ways to look at the Enzo problem. I think that Chelsea functioning without Enzo is better for them because the jobs are clearer. The profiles of the players are clearer because Enzo is good enough to play probably the 10 at a certain standard, probably good enough to play the 6, probably good enough to play an 8. But because his role is not clear, it causes confusion. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. I think that does cause confusion. I think the clearer everyone's job is, the more cohesive a midfield unit can be. You know what I'm saying? Would you man agree with that?
For sure.
I mean,
all I said in this whole entire thing was from the beginning, was that this system that Poch is running is not working for some of these players. Plain and simple, it's not. Some of them it is. Conor Gallagher, obviously, some people think that he's playing awesome. I watch every single game and I watch him pass the ball backwards 90 times a game. But some people, it's working great. But this guy's average conversation is garbage.
But you like Enzo? It's calm.
Garbage.
You like Enzo? It's calm.
Garbage.
Like you like Enzo,
bro. That's fine, and you don't, and that's fine.
It's not that I don't like him.
That's it. That's it, bro. That's all it is. Listen, I like him. You don't. That's fine. That's all it is.
It's not that I don't like him. I just don't feel that 100 million
bro,
pounds
don't give me that.
Talent
don't give
is
me
being
that.
shown.
You called him an average player, bro. You know better than that. He's an average player, bro. Give me.
I never said he's average. I said I think he's overrated.
You did. Go back, bro.
Overrated.
Go back to what you said.
I said I think he's overrated.
You said average. You said average.
Overrated.
No, you said average after that.
I said, listen.
But the thing is, listen. If a man thinks he's average, bro, a man can there are man that
that's what I said. If you think he stinks, that's fine. I don't. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's bring in one of the callers. Elijah, big up yourself, and welcome to the stream. Obviously, remember, guys, the link is in the chat. It is pinned. So if you do want to join, I know a few people have kind of joined and left because the craziness is going off. I just wanted to kind of let these guys hash it out and obviously express each side of their opinions. But again, the link to join the stream is there to join. We're probably going to run this for another half an hour. So you still got half an hour to join the stream if you guys want to do that. Elijah, obviously, welcome to the stream. Big up yourself, guys. Make sure you also go and subscribe to Elijah Talks Football. Elijah, Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 1. You made hard work of it. We got to see a bit of Lavia. Madueke kind of come on, took the penalty. Easily could have been one of those days where we start complaining about Jackson's finishing. It could have been. It was very close to being one of those days where people would have been seriously getting onto Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So where do you kind of find yourself feeling? Like, does it give you any confidence for the game? And obviously, Joe, you can chime in this. Does this give you guys any confidence for the upcoming game against Luton away?
No.
To be honest with you, Mons, I really don't know, because Jackson in this game today was really just terrible. I mean, yes, he scored a goal, but this guy's offside like so many times. And the same goes for Broja. And for me, I know this is sound crazy, but we just need a proper striker, whether it's Ivan Toney, Vlahovic or Victor Osimhen, get that in, because them two are not the type of players that can take us forward to the next level. So, yeah. But in terms of today's game, I feel like we were lucky to win, because I thought that Crystal Palace were really good. I have to give them credit. They created so many chances. If they were clinical enough, this game would have been a totally different game. And instead of me being happy, I would be fuming. But yeah, Crystal Palace did well, but we've won the game. Now, I'm still Poch out, though, because if you look at the goal that we conceded, it's Lewa Cole's fault, because every time you keep playing this guy's left back, he will always allow the opposition to give that much space, allow the cross to go, and then score the goal. And we've seen this so many times. Everton, Tottenham, Manchester City, all of these teams. And that's where I think, for me, Poch needs to get it right. And the only way for getting him right is to put players in the right position. And I said this in my live watch along. How comes Ian Maatson is not playing as left back, And how comes Madueke hasn't been starting this game? Because when he came on, he made an impact. He won us the penalty. He scored. And I believe he should be getting more minutes. So in the Luton game, I want to see him start him. But do I think he would? No. And I feel like I'm scared that he's going to be starting Cole again, because he doesn't trust Ian Maatson as left back. And that game is going to be very difficult on Saturday, because it's at Kenneth Road. Luton Town is starting to really pick up points. And yeah, if we play how we did against Crystal Palace, we're going to lose that game. So Poch needs to get it right, because I'm starting to worry for him. And you guys called about Enzo. Now, to me, the reason why he's not playing the way he should be is because Pochettino is putting him in the one position. Like you see him in some games putting him as a number 10 or as left winger. But Pochettino needs to realize that Enzo can play well as the number 6. And I have seen that in Argentina, when he can pass the ball really well to one of his teammates, and they will score, or maybe you're likely to score as well. So I think for me is that Enzo, I feel like we play much better without him. But if we want to get the best out of Enzo, he needs to be playing in the right position. Where is the number 6 or number 8? I don't care. Just play him in the right position. Because if you play him as a number 10, then he was more likely to get confused. And that's why in the Sheffield United game, he was poor, because he played as a number 10 again. And I just don't want to see that happening ever again. So honestly, guys, I don't know what to say, but we need a
I like it.
centre back.
Are you saying?
We
Are
need
you saying?
another striker. I mean, I don't know what to say right now. I'm worried.
I think Jackson was a little bit better than you gave him credit for. I think his link-up play in this game was actually pretty good in the first half.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he created two like clear-cut chances. The one that Mudryk, the goalie saved from Mudryk, and then the Nkuku chance where he kicked the back of the player's leg. But like I couldn't agree with you more about like the out of the positional situation with him. Like he just I just can't trust him because of the way that he positions some of our players, like playing left back, playing Enzo at the 10. I brought up the Chilwell left wing last and against the Liverpool. Like it's just it kind of is crazy to think that like you take a guy who's played left back his entire life and then go put him at right wing and then expect him to play well when he was probably one of our worst players on the field today.
So, Elijah, what are you saying? Are you saying that basically, yeah? First of all, Elijah, are you happy with Enzo's performances?
This season, not really.
All right, cool. So, is it fair to? So, are you saying that the manager is playing him out of position? Is that the reason why you'd say, or would you say he's generally not been on it?
Oh, I mean, it's difficult to say. I mean, maybe when you play him in the right position, he doesn't perform. So it's kind of both. But
have you seen him in the right position this season?
It's normally the number 8, but most of the time he keeps playing him as a number 10. So that's the main problem.
But I'm saying, have you seen? So you've seen him in an 8? Because I thought.
Yeah, I did see him.
Was like a 6 or an 8? No.
Yeah.
So, and would you say you're happy with the performances?
I mean, it's only the Liverpool game where he was our best player, but after that, that's it. It's only the good game.
So you think it's a combination of management, the tactics of the manager, and the actual performances?
Yeah, I think so. Because he only had a really good game against Liverpool. Anything else has been terrible.
How many times has he played in this? Do you know how many times he's played in the pivot?
Not sure. 2.
Twice.
That just says everything.
Well, I don't know. Me, I think I think Enzo gets too much. Enzo gets too much protection from the first Chelsea fan base, and not for the wrong reasons. I just think people need to also look at Caicedo. I'm not going to go into it. Joe's obviously heard me say this many a time. I feel like Caicedo needs to share a bit more of the blame because I feel like all the heat does go to Enzo when Caicedo's cost more, has more Premier League experience, and for me, there's not been much. Like I think Enzo's done better than Caicedo, in my opinion. So
I don't disagree with you.
I think that opinion's got something to do with deadline day still.
It doesn't. It doesn't, bro. It doesn't. And that's not.
No, I'm joking. I might do that.
Yeah, but you haven't heard me say Caicedo's been arse. I just think that 2 midfielders are coming at a big price. One of them has more experience than the other. I understand people's expectations of Enzo are skewed. That's why I also think his judgment is skewed. So, because remember, when someone has a certain expectation, I feel like that can mess up what you think of maybe his.
Here's the best way of describing it. Here's the best way of describing it to me, right? There's been one player out of our back 6, if you want to do 6, right? There's about 6 of them. The pivot and the back 4. There's been one player who has had consistent performances this entire year out of that back 6. One player. So if it's just only one player having good performances and out of that back 6, it's probably not a player issue. It's probably a manager issue. That's the way I see it. If all these players are not playing well, then it's more than likely a system issue rather than a player issue. That's the way I see it.
I already said that. I mean, it's documented as well that I've already said that Lavia will be a better player for Chelsea than Caicedo. A lot of people didn't believe this. I said it was an unpopular opinion. A lot of people didn't believe this. And I just think at the end of the day, we're looking at around and we're seeing players go for £100 million. Yeah, we're seeing these players go for £100 million. Now, at the end of the day, If you're paying £100 million for something, you need to see what's going on. And you can use the argument of he's been played that position. You can use the argument of he's I don't even know what arguments you're using. But to be honest with you, the facts are I don't think any Chelsea fan can turn around and say they've seen 100 million quid of a talent from either of these guys. Yeah, that's the truth, from either of these guys. But it's easier to blame somebody, yeah, i.e. Gallagher, or i.e. even the manager to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, the managers came in. He's not the first manager that's had problems with this squad. You know what I mean? So Tuchel came in, didn't really get his opportunity. Obviously, when Bowley came, obviously he got the chop after about 6 games. Then obviously Potter came in. Potter was loaded with players. Couldn't get the hold of it. Pochettino, don't get me wrong, Pochettino is not for me a guy that's going to go and win you like Champions Leagues and whatnot. Yeah, but he'll get you playing to a certain level where someone who has that ability can take over and do it. And at the end moment, if he's struggling, yeah, I don't think because Pochettino has got experience working with shit players, yeah, at Southampton. He's working with shit, like dog shit, yeah. A couple of good ones, but a lot of shit, yeah. And he's got a tune out of them. So I don't think for 1 second that it is, and they're young players as well. I just don't think that they are, the players can play to the standard that you think that they can. Because right now, they're not doing it. And it's not to, and the thing is, as well,
you want to know what's wrong with that?
Let me finish. And the thing is, I've told people about players like Caicedo, the Brighton, all the players. If you look around the whole Premier League, yeah, with all these players that come from this Brighton, because Brighton play the best football, blah, blah, blah. When they step up to that level, they can't do it. Cucurella, he's been shit. McAllister, he ain't lived up to expectation either. He's Basuma. He's been cooking a bit this season, but he's not been a revelation at Spurs. And this is the reality. So
when they're playing 100 million this year, one of their best players this year.
Sorry,
what are you talking about? Like,
sorry, what?
Like, bro, like I feel like you have this.
What did you say, Joe? What did you say?
Very narrow-minded when you talk, bro.
What did you say?
You're very narrow-minded, bro. Like,
what did you say?
Basuma has been bad. What are you talking about?
Did you hear what I said? Are you all right?
I'm totally fine, but bro, you've been going off on shit. You don't let nobody. You've been going off on things, not letting nobody else.
Let me repeat it for you. Go on. Gis Basuma, yeah, since his arrival at Spurs, yeah, has not been a revelation. He's been cooking a bit this season, but he hasn't been a revelation at Spurs.
Sure. Okay, fine.
That's what I said. Are you happy with that, Joe? Can I continue?
Continue.
All right, cool. So you're looking at all these players and everything these players have done at Brighton. You're thinking these players are going to go and do. Some of these players can't do it, and that should tell you everything you need to know. The £100 million price mark on these players is too much. Because I'm telling you now, any player that walks through Man United's door at £100 million, I want to see business from day one. I want to see business, bro. I want to see you meaning business. Because you're looking around, you've seen Kane go for their monies. You've seen Bellingham go for their monies. You've seen Rice go for their monies. Yeah? You've even seen Grealish go for their monies at the end of the day. And yeah, cool, everyone can say Grealish weren't really doing well in the beginning. But right now, Jack Grealish is kicking back 5 trophies in a year. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like when you're paying these monies for these players, and that might be on the owner, it might be on the thing, but if you're going to go and buy these players, know what you need to do with them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Nah, because you just went on a monologue. I just tuned you the fuck out.
I hear.
Joe, listen, yeah. Let me tell you this now, yeah. I know you like Enzo, right? And
I don't care that much.
To yours.
Not that much.
And I have
just the way that you talk sometimes.
And I have a different,
the way that you're talking is going this way, and you don't make no sense on part of it, and then you go this way, and you don't let nobody fix you. So that's fine, bro. Like I don't even.
All
know
right, Joe, go ahead and fix me then. Go ahead and fix me, mate.
I can't now. You've already gone through your monologue.
Rubbish, I can you out. Continue, man. Can you just get on my nerves now, bro?
But guys.
Yeah, well, you did too earlier, so welcome to the club.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why the back and forth is about Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. You see what you're doing?
Enzo
Why are you
Fernandez.
talking about Enzo?
Enzo Fernandez is a relative or something. What's going on?
He brought up, and you brought up Enzo, dude.
Opinion,
what are you talking about? He didn't even play today. You brought up.
But man,
you brought up Enzo, dude. What are you talking about?
It's just an opinion, though.
But he didn't play tonight.
We were
He wasn't
talking
even
about
in
the game,
squad.
and you brought up Enzo, bro. I don't
I
even
was
know
talking
why.
about
no.
That's what triggered
I
me.
was talking about Chelsea as a whole. And what Chelsea's problems
We were
are
talking
as a
about
whole.
the game, bro. We were
I was talking about Chelsea's problems as a whole. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's fine, but we were talking about the game. Like,
All right,
no,
about the game.
But what Traps was saying is that like there's been no difference in it. If anything, we're talking about Gallagher actually. We're talking about Gallagher, and we're saying that even when Enzo was Chelsea's best player, you guys finished 12th. And with Gallagher as your best player, you're currently sitting in 10th. You know what I'm saying?
Want to sit down and blame Gallagher though. Man want to sit down and blame Gallagher because Gallagher is an easy target. He's the McTominay of Chelsea. It's the truth of it.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear what you're saying. But my point
I
is
didn't say Jackson missing all the chances, system. The system individual mistakes that we're making, but none of those things went through your mind about the actual problem.
That's the confusion. Hold on, that's the confusion. You man aren't saying things that are actually too different. You're saying that obviously we know that there's other issues on top of what Gallagher is. Gallagher isn't a mainstay issue in Chelsea, but he's also, I think we could all agree on the panel that he's not good enough to start for Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? He's good enough to start.
Starts every game is my point. The guy starts every game. We don't need him starting every game. 90 minutes every game.
Yeah, I know. Listen, for Chelsea to be where they are, or where Chelsea want to be, Gallagher can't be a mainstay. It's just as simple as that. However, in what he's been asked to do, he's still done it to a better standard than Enzo for me, and he's been a better midfielder than Caicedo has as well. Like, or maybe that one's an argument. Maybe they've been about the same. I don't know. Maybe that's an argument in it. But at the end of the day, bro, just like McTominay is playing a lot of games now, and he's scoring goals to United. But is he better? Is he good enough to start games for United?
He's not.
No.
You know the thing the thing is, I will turn around and tell people that Scott McTominay is a squad player. He is someone who you can introduce in the last 20 minutes of a game. Yeah, he might get you a goal. Yeah, he might shore up something. He might help you kill the game off. That's Scott McTominay. Yeah, he's got a goal in him. He offers nothing defensively. Yeah, because he's not that guy. So then I see Scott McTominay for what he is. Do you understand? So
okay, but if you see Scott McTominay for 90 minutes for 20 games straight, how are you going to be feeling about him? Like, it's the same way I feel about him. If you see Scott McTominay for 90 minutes,
I'll be feeling the same way about listen,
you're going to be upset too.
You've seen that. Listen, if people have seen me on here, they've seen me on Never a Foul, they've seen me on Saturday TV. You see me diss Scammer back, yeah, for one. You've seen me diss him. You see me diss McTominay. You see me diss a lot of these midfielders, yeah. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I watch them individually. What they do. Do they make things better? Do they make things better? Do they help their cases? They don't. They don't help their cases. So at the end of the day, if I'm going to blame one, I'm going to blame the other. Because at the end of the day, unless he's having a good game, and I'm saying, right, this guy is trying and he's having a good game, this boy is hiding. Because Scott McTominay does it all the time. Hides from the ball, does all that weird stuff. And it's like, bro, I can see what they're doing. Yeah?
But even
at the end of the day, you turn around and tell me
you're making my point. You're making my point, though. Here's my point.
I'm not making your point.
You want to know why? Here's why.
What did you see Gallagher do?
You don't let me land. Here's my point. My point is when Erik ten Hag puts out a midfield that isn't balanced and the midfield looks like crap, then you have questions about each and every one of them, right? So I, as a Chelsea fan, am the same. Once we put a midfield that's unbalanced, I got questions of each and every one of them. Am I saying I'm watching Gallagher as much as I'm watching Caicedo and I'm watching Enzo? When I watch Enzo all the way up the pitch where he's not supposed to be, and Gallagher making half turn, can't make a half turn, and he only makes a pass backwards, then I'm wondering it's the system. I'm wondering about the system. I'm wondering about the manager. So would you if it was Erik ten Hag.
Let me give you an example. Right? I know what Eriksen's capabilities are. Yeah, I know Eriksen in the midfield. Yes, he's on the decline. By the end of the day, he can pass the ball. Yeah, he can take the ball. He can put his foot on the ball. Yeah, he can turn. He can look up. He can make a pass. I know with Eriksen in the midfield, it makes it better. So if you can tell me what Enzo is doing at this present moment in time that makes your midfield better, Yeah, you can't say he's not doing better because of Gallagher. That's ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, I've seen Eriksen in midfield with McTominay. He makes it better. Yeah, I've seen him with Amrabat. He makes it better. I've seen him in the midfield with Fred. He makes it better. Like, I've seen
but when he's in the pivot, when Eriksen's in the pivot, he's a liability going backwards. When the ball's coming at him, he's a liability. Correct or no? Am I wrong or no?
But we're not listening.
When you're playing people out of the
position,
try
to understand what I'm saying. Try to understand what I'm saying. I know what Eriksen does. I know he makes it better. What does Enzo do to make things better? Please tell me.
He progresses the ball.
Go into this kind of work, guys. Chelsea 1-2-1 today.
But we're talking about a player who didn't play.
Chelsea 1-2-1 today.
No, I was talking about Chelsea on the whole, about their situation on the whole, yeah, about what's going on at Chelsea and what I think.
Yeah, but we can't talk about the game we want.
And when I said Enzo,
you're not allowed to talk about
you got your back up. But look, yeah, as I'm saying, look, Chelsea 1-2-1 today. They scraped the win. They had chances. They should have put them away. Palace was as good as them, to be honest. Yeah. And, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do because Jackson, for me, I mean, you can say, oh, yeah, link-up play, but that's not what Jackson's meant to do. Jackson's meant to put the ball in the back of the net at the end of the day. Yeah, link-up play is good. I've seen this with Hoyland.
With you.
I've seen this with Hoyland. I've seen this with Hoyland, yeah? I'm not hearing this.
It was pretty good linking up the play. That's all I said.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, there was a few times Jackson done well on the ball to kind of help Nkunku traps, by the way.
But I hear all of that ones. But what do you listen? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm old school, right? So what do I want from my striker? I want my striker. He could do all of this, but at the end of the day, he's got to bang goals too. Because that's the bread and butter right there.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Jackson doesn't score enough for Chelsea. I think we'll see the best side of Jackson when Nkunku is right behind him. I think link-up play-wise, we already saw a better Jackson today already. And again, for me, he wasn't that good today. But from what I saw with my eyes, the Jackson that I've been looking at for the last 10 games or so, compared to the Jackson I saw today, it was a better Jackson. I'm not going to lie. It was positive. For me, it was positive. And when you talk about Chelsea, these guys don't have a lot to shout about. So it's kind of like you have to, if you're talking objectively, it's literally baby steps. It is literally baby steps.
But at the end of the day, look, yeah, you can't listen.
They are 10th. They are 10th place.
Yeah, but whether you're Pochettino, right, that's your business. But I just think at the end of the day, I just don't think some of these signings, yeah, that I don't know whether they're his signings or the board signings or Bowley's FPL or something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't think that we've seen this. Like I said, we've seen this with another manager. This go down the pan. So I don't think man can turn around and say this is Poch's fault. I don't think it is. And I think given time and given more control over who stays and who goes in the summer, I think you'll get to see a better Chelsea. But right now, things are dire at Chelsea right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think those things are going to happen. Those are two things that you just said. Those two things that you add, that more time and more control. Those are the two things that I think are going to happen come January for him. He's going to have more time and he's going to have more control over the transfers that he gets over the January window. And that's why, for me, it's get right or get out for him. He needs to get right. He needs to fix up, or he needs to get the fuck out.
Joe,
you say all this, but sorry, lads. Just go on, lads. Actually, go on.
Yeah, I think Jackson can play much better as a winger than as a striker. That is what I think. But I'm not sure if you guys agree with me on that one.
I don't know. I don't know if he's. I don't know about his delivery on the ball, like his passing ability and such. He does have, like, I've seen a couple of good glimpses of him being a winger, and he has the ability to be a better winger, in my opinion, than a striker, just because his finishing ability is not that good. But he's still meaty taking people on. He's still just not polished enough to be like a Chelsea starter. Like, that's just the truth. Do you know
what I'd say, Joe? Just to kind of maybe wrap up this Chelsea section, we'll spend a little bit of time on City Everton and then we'll close up. But and by the way, to the guy that's in the back, just pop your camera on so I can add you in. If the camera's not on, obviously, because there's people joining their cameras ain't on. I'm not letting you man in. Like unless I see camera on or you're a member, you ain't getting in. You know what I'm saying? Doors closed. You know what I'm saying? Big up, I can see you, and I'm gonna add you in a second, brother. Yeah. So just put a thumbs up for me if you know, and then I'll drop you in a second. But yeah. So what I'd say just quickly on Jackson is that another thing, he misses too many chances, but I think he just doesn't fit Chelsea's system at times, because I feel like in preseason, Chelsea were playing teams that were playing kind of in some of the teams had high lines. And if you saw Jackson in transition with Nkunku, and I know I take the piss, but that man actually cooked. Like I know what I saw. That was not fluke. It was for like 4 games. And I saw the same shit. I saw Nkunku drop a shoulder, 1-2, bing, bang, and next thing a man's in on goal. When Jackson is in on goal and he has time and he knows it's going to happen enough, he will put the ball in the back of the net. But the thing is, Chelsea have now, what Poch has done, he does this changing stuff. He keeps changing shit.
Exactly.
Where now he's camping. He wants to do this more controlled type of playing style, which is fine, by the way. It's fine to want to control games. But, man, understand, if you are controlling the game, going and playing Jackson is not the answer. He's not the guy you want if you are controlling a game. He's not the guy you want. You want an Nkunku playing false 9. You know what I'm saying? You want a Gabriel Jesus. You want a Bobby Firmino. You want one of them, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Who's gonna drop deep?
You want a connector. You want someone who can connect really well with these guys.
Yeah, even a Cole Palmer. Even because we've seen Cole Palmer do the false 9. He actually done it quite well the one time we saw it.
Yeah, the game against Arsenal, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So big up, by the way, big up Mo in the house as well. Big up for the raid. You know, I appreciate you, Mo, as well. So we need to get you on the channel as well, by the way. Remember, people, smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. The link to join the stream is literally below. I'm going to let my man in now. Brother, sorry. Big up yourself. What team do you support? What team do you support, bro?
Liverpool.
Liverpool fan. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, bro. We can hear you. Just
yeah, man. Big up all yourself, Elijah, Joe, Traps. Good night, blessings, everybody.
Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself, man. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying, innit? I just feel like because today I saw the best I saw of Jackson today was when you man conceded a corner and you hit them on the counter, and Jackson was quicker, faster, stronger, and Nkunku probably should have scored if it wasn't maybe for just a slightly underhit touch. That's where you use Jackson. You know, and that's why he's
on the counter. He's better against teams with space. On the counter.
What game did you see Jackson ball out in? The Liverpool game, high line. Do you know what I'm saying? The flipping the Tottenham game where Irons played the high line. He's getting his goals. That is where he's from.
That's good point.
Just stop playing him in this dead. If you're trying to control teams, just run the false 9. Just run the false 9. Because he's not. For me, he doesn't bag enough headers for you man to spam crosses. Chilwell and Reece James.
He's scared. He's scared to get hit in the face.
Awful at heading the ball. Actually, awful at heading the ball. Jackson is awful at heading the ball.
But listen, if we're being honest, I play football myself, and I'm a Jamaican myself. Black people don't head the football. I'm saying not most, but I don't listen. I play a lot of football. I'm good at football. You think I close my eyes when I head the ball? I close my eyes. Don't tell my coach that, but I close my eyes when I hit the football with it. So
you think you're mad? I used to slap headers. I used to slap headers for fun.
Yeah, Traps. That's
you're
a weirdo.
I used to slap headers for fun back in the day.
That's because you're a weirdo and you're probably a centre back and you love that shit. If you're an attacker and you're a black cute and you're fast, you don't like heading the ball. I promise you.
Trust
me, snapping it.
So what? DDA was just an anomaly?
Huh?
So what? DDA was just an anomaly?
That brother had a
Drogba is our god.
He had a slip back and a perm. He does not count. You know what I'm saying? He was way too good at heading. He was dropping the head when he was a youth. I'm saying that from the jump. He was dropping the head when he was a youth.
All right, that's fair, bro. I ain't gonna argue with that one.
That brother had a slick back perm. I ain't hearing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hearing that one.
I can't complain with that.
But yeah, big up Kedema. But what was your kind of thoughts kind of on the Chelsea game if you caught any of it?
Seen him mother and long may continue. But what I'm saying is, on our real, this Jackson fella, he just come in the league. right? Put he on the wing, let him bag some goals, let him burn up 1 or 2 fullbacks, let him get confidence up. The man is amazing athlete. Once he get going, he could go 100 miles an hour, you know what I mean? Put him in the wide areas where he has space. Pass the ball into space, let him touch the ball, let him feel the ball. How much touches he the big game? Understand? But why is saying this? When these men come in, they just call them raw. Raw is just another word for not good fucking enough, dog. You're not good enough, dog. You know what I mean?
No, I hear it.
But the thing is, he needs
but he can't. But I'll take him. He can't operate in small spaces, innit, Jackson? For me, he can't operate in like the. He's not a tight space. He's not that type of player. And I just feel like,
in my opinion, he's the perfect backup. Like in my opinion, like if you got a main man,
pretend, yeah. Let's not pretend. Backup. Let's not pretend that Jackson ain't at Chelsea off the back of a purple patch, bro. So, what you're expecting from him?
But Traps, what that shows you is the scattergun nature of the Chelsea recruiting. Every little shiny object they see, they go in and purchase it. That makes no sense.
Man can't come off a purple.
But we only spent 30 million, less than 30 million on the guy. So it's not like
that's fair enough.
Why is he the main number 9? Why is he starting week in, week out for Chelsea Football Club?
That's a fantastic question. That's a question. That's not a question for me. That's a question for both.
The fish does rot from the head. If you're people who own, remember, Todd Bowley just the face of this thing. It's Ekbali and them Manley. You understand? Ekbali and them, they were running the show now. If these man and them don't have a fucking clue, they don't know how to kick a motherfucking ball though. You understand? All they know is the ball wrong, put it in there and keep it out that way. And that's all them really know about it. You understand?
Yeah.
And these are the men in charge. You gotta put football man who know about in charge though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I think as an institution, Chelsea probably need time, and then I think at the end of the season we'll get a clearer picture. You know me, I'm always going to run my agenda on Chelsea. My agenda isn't as strong as it is. It just depends what mood I'm in. You man have watched it, Joe. You man, it depends what mood I'm in. I'm in an objective mood today, so I'm happy to talk positive and negative about Chelsea, and I'm kind of just glad they won for once. Do you know what I'm saying? I just feel like you man going to win one week, lose the next week, and that's going to be the story of the next 6 months. You're just going to have to get used to it.
But that's how you end up in the mid-table. Inconsistency.
That's what we're bound for. Like that's what we're bound for. We've
all got used to that, Kev. You know what I'm saying? We've all got used to that.
That's
now.
what we're bound for right now. We look too disheveled as a defensively for us to be anywhere but mid-table. We look too disheveled. Every time we get attacked, we get attacked, and we look like nobody knows where our midfield is. Nobody knows how to nobody knows how to one-on-one defend. We got center backs defending out wide, trying to guard one-on-one with wingers that he just keeps on getting cooked weekly. The guy gets cooked weekly.
And they're playing football like they meet up on the coach last night. You know?
Bro, Gusto was awesome today, bro. If I got to put some praise on one guy today that was absolutely played out of his
Malagusto.
Yeah, he was my man of the match.
It was fantastic.
Immense.
I like Gusto. I like Gusto. I think Gusto's a good player. At the same time, I feel like I mean a lot of people are probably I don't want to trigger no one right now, but at the end of the day, yeah, like you man need to give up with this Reece James geezer. I'll be honest with you, give up with this guy, bro. Like
Reece James hamstrings are made out of cheese. Reece James hamstrings are made out of chease.
Reece James isn't going anywhere though. As much as I think that there's a good point, big portion of Chelsea fans that agree with you. I'm not here to even argue the point.
Reece James shouldn't be so bad, man.
I think that
why is Reece James so bad, man? Why he ain't going to do this surgery? Why he ain't going to do this?
Not bad.
I think you should seriously start looking at
bad man,
Gusto to be the main right back, because at the end of the day, I say this all the time. Players like you see when if I'm managing a team, see if I'm the owner of a football club and I'm managing a team, or if I'm a coach or whatever, yeah. If you can't stay fit, you cannot play for me. Simple as that. You can't play for me.
I think James has one more year, one more chance. I think he has one more year, bro. I think that I really do, because here's the thing, right? Gusto's only 20. So I think after one more year of Gusto being in the Premier League, and if Reece James gets injured again, I think that all of these things that you're saying are going to come true. I really do. I think that they'll sell James and they'll make Gusto the starting right back. Like, I just think that it won't be this summer, right? It'll be
move James into central defense. Move James into central defense. He already built like a centre back. You understand? He can't go up and down the wing because he get injured every 2 seconds. Just make him a central defender. Though. Simple.
He played center back for us last year a bunch.
Do you know what, man? Do you know one thing that does worry me about Pochettino? Yeah, and I understand you have to implement your style. And when Arteta was trying to implement his style, I think things were done a little bit. They were done a little bit. Obviously, there's no style, but they done things a little bit differently. So for me, when I looked at Arteta, to kind of get any temporary success, he had to run the back five. Even though Arteta's style, the style that he wanted to run going forward, was never a back five, because he had Mustafi,
about 10 right now.
Socrates, all these duds. He thought, fuck this. If I'm not playing a back five, we're gonna get pammed every game. And how about this? Even when he went back five, they were still getting pammed every game. So imagine if he went with the back four, how long it would have got. You know what I'm saying? This is, you man want to know how bad they got under Arteta? I'll show you, man, how bad they got under Arteta.
You're proving my point. No, you're proving your point. We're fucking 15th. We're 15th. We are 15th, sir. We are 15th. We are 5 points away from relegation. Yeah? We are closer to the bottom than the top, bro. We ain't winning Europa. There's no European.
Prime shoot, bring back them days, please, Father God. I'm begging you, please.
Prime, where them there? You know what I'm saying? That's my.
I got.
Remember when Salah take the ball from fucking Bella and
I just want to throw in one last thing about what Chelsea need to do in January. Because January is now here pretty much. So and then I gotta go. I gotta go at least walk my dog before it gets too dark. So first thing is we need to make sure we get a striker. Like we have to get a striker. We have to set. I think Broya needs to go, and we need to get a striker. Okay.
Yeah.
The second thing is we need a wing back that can play both sides, or a left back, so Cucurella could back up Gusto for the rest of the season.
No, okay, no,
okay.
I hear that. I was just saying, just in terms of the style, the reason why I brought up Arteta in this situation is because I think Arteta handled it in a way where these men held serious back shots in it. They were holding serious back shots, game after game, raw, oiled up, lubed. Whether you're trying to light a fire in there or you're trying to go in.
You got that so close, bro.
It was peak. You know what I'm saying? It was peak. You know what I'm saying? It was peak. You see? So my point is with Poch here is that at Chelsea, if you finish 8th, then 8th, you're done. You're done. How about this? If you finish 8th, even once, I think Poch might be done. At Arsenal, you're going to get a little bit more leeway to finish 8th, then maybe finish 6th, even though he finished 8th again. And remember, bro, Arteta did 8th, 5th.
Yo, if was Abramovich, he get fired weeks ago. If was Abramovich, he get fired weeks ago.
He's bottled it 3 years in a row. He had top 6 the second year at 8th, and he ended up 8th. He had top 6 locked in, and then he ended up in 8th. He had top 4 locked in the next year, and then he ended up in 5th. And then he had the title last year, and he
second.
But this is my point. So if Poch has not maybe learned from certain managers in the league and maybe looked and maybe done homework or whoever he's got advising him or his staff or whatever, he should have maybe looked at that as a blueprint to go, cool. Chelsea fans probably haven't been happy since maybe the season before Tuchel got fired, right? If I think that's fair to say, you guys haven't really been content with what you're seeing, and even when you guys won the Champions League, I think it's safe to say you didn't really even like the football you were seeing, but you was winning and you were playing Champions League football. So you know what? You know what I'm saying? You know, another man's trust is another man's treasure. Champions League challenging, and you're in the Champions League,
and we won it one year, so we know we can win.
So it's like at least you man are there and thereabouts. You're okay. So now, does Poch not look at that and go, why don't I just run the back three to at least get the team at least in the top 6? At least, because like, listen, United is shit, and I think United play worse football, but them man are sitting 6th. Them man are sitting 6th with less goals and a worse attack line and a slightly better defense. So my point is, I understand you want to implement your style, but your style is not. It's not like Ange, where you're sticking to your guns and it's actually kind of pulling off. Like, it's actually kind of working. Like, you're seeing it work. You're getting results, bro. This man is sticking to his guns and losing too many games at an institute where you're not really allowed to lose like that. So I personally think he should have just ran at me. I know he has this
Bro,
hear it. I'm just saying, for the first season, he should have done what Arteta done and run the back 5, bro. What did most of these players at Chelsea are used to a back 3? These men are you. Thiago Silva, to get the best out of him, you need 2 centre backs either side. If you want to play Thiago Silva, play 2 centre backs next to him, right and left, and let him dictate from the middle and do what he needs to do. If you want to play Reece James and not get him injured, either playing right centre back like what Kedma said, and make sure he ain't have to run up and down and fuck himself up, or playing right wing back and don't let him track back. Get a guy to do the Henderson role.
At the end of the day, yeah. You can have a man,
bro. To at least,
you can have a man, yeah, in a team that can put his hand up like this, yeah, and get subbed off because everyone's scared he's going to get injured. We'll tell you everything about what Poch is doing and everything about Chelsea as a football club right now. What? It's all catering to the players and all that right now. Right now, yeah, they need wins. Yeah, they need wins. They need to be as pragmatic as possible. Get as much points on the board, yeah, and go again. There's no point in saying do this and do that and do that, because like we've all come to the conclusion, they don't know they're starting the best 11. So
yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Like, you're saying all this, but you're saying pragmatic, but they're not being pragmatic is the issue. That's the issue, right?
Yeah, but maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
We don't have a left back. We're not playing a left back currently. We keep on playing a center back at left back and thinking it's going to work out. Like that's why Mons is saying play wing backs. Maatsen played wing back started at Burnley last year at wing back. And at least you have a left back. Then you could play them in positions that make sense, right? You don't. Levi Colwell doesn't get isolated one-on-one every single time on the wings. Like these are things like Thiago Silva at 37 years old doesn't have to cover as much space. Like we're getting
looking real fraudulent. Looking real fraudulent these days.
Let me finish what I was saying anyway. Yeah, you supposed to be as pragmatic as possible and get points on the board. The problem that Chelsea have is that right now they have spent so much money, they are probably not even allowed to play pragmatic football realistically because of what they've done. And right now it's a rock and hard place. And I don't think Poch should get the blame for this. At the end of the day, I think it's higher than him because he's obviously been brought there to implement a style of play and implement good football so they can get results and do what they want to do.
I don't disagree that the ownership has some capabilities of this. Let me finish.
Let him go on.
So at the end of the day, right, what do you want? What do you want to see? Would you rather see experiments on the pitch, right? And knowing at the end of the experiment, you get to see who can do what, who's good, who's not good, who needs to go, who needs to ride bench, who needs to go on loan, who needs to come in? Or do you want to see pragmatic football, yeah, for a season, get yourself somewhere up there in the Europa League or something like that and can't cope? Yeah, can't cope because again, the problems of you don't know who people's best positions. You don't know how to play against certain teams. You don't know. You're naive. Do you understand? Would you rather take the lessons and the experiment now, yeah, and get it to a place where next season or even in a couple of months' time you're thinking, right, this guy's, you know, when you know, like sometimes when you know, like when you look at your team and you know when everyone's fit, you kind of know who's gonna play. Do you want it like that, or do you want to be like, right, well, this way today we'll see Cole Palmer, and then the next day we might see Sterling, and then the next day we might see I don't know, Madueke or someone like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I think right now you lot need to understand where you lot are at, yeah, and that is where you lot are at right now. There's a lot of players. It's an influx of players that have come into your club, and right now Yeah, nobody knows who's good. What? That's why people are going to say blame the system. They're going to blame the manager. They're going to blame players. They're going to say whatever. But right now, you need to sort through the players and find out who's got the caliber, who can play, who can withstand the pressure, and who can't. So at the end of the day, it's what you're seeing right now might be for the greater good. Greater good.
You might be right. You might be right about all that. But there is some things though still where you gotta question them, right? You gotta question like, why are you doing the things that you're doing, right? Like you still gotta question the manager and ask weekly, like if we're asking weekly, why is this person playing in this position? Like there's still questions to be held towards him. Like even like our even in his interviews now, if you go watch his interviews before games, like even the people that give him the interviews are killing him about out of position people out of position and players that are supposed to play this position are not playing this position. It's like so noticeable, and he's doing it weekly is the problem. Like it's not like a different player in a different position every time. It's like we're seeing someone be struggling in one position, and you're not changing it.
I just think that Chelsea.
That's my thing.
You've seen players, you've seen managers come in, right? You've seen the Potter come in and fail. You've seen Tuchel get sacked. And at the end of the day, what you lot have asked for is a manager to come in and give time. I don't think after 6 months, any Chelsea fan should be in a position to be talking anything because, like I said, if you could name me your best 11,
what's with our fraud? That is all.
If you could name your best 11, right now, then yeah, cool. But none of you can. None of you can. Not one of you can name your best 11. I'm sure some of these players ain't even got work permits. Some of these players you've got.
We got one that doesn't have a work permit. You're right.
So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you can't expect Poch to come into this when there's managers like Tuchel that have been sacked. There's managers like Potter that was given. And to be fair, when Potter came in, from what I can recall, he was actually cooking for a little bit, and then I think a couple of players got injured and it went left after that. So for me, I just think again, this is a project. It's a crazy project, but it needs time. It needs more time than you lot are really prepared to give. I think I would say to you, I wouldn't be looking at anything coming to fruition for at least another 12 months.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. As much as like us people in Chelsea want Poch out, the owners, the way that the owners are thinking and like has been well reported is like he's not going anywhere the rest of this season.
No, but it was back in Potter until there wasn't. There was back in Tuchel until there wasn't.
I'm not going to
lie to you.
That's not true.
I'm not going to lie to you.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Not true. The only one that was true was Potter. The other two were not true.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, If you don't get done by Middlesbrough, I can't see how that is even.
We got to get to that point, right? Man? We got to get to that point.
I don't think he's in any danger right now. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Because all you lot are talking is Poch out. Who are you going to get? Who are you going to get to touch this Chelsea? Because I'm sure managers like Luis Enrique was like coming and had a meeting. Was like, nah, this ain't for me.
No,
that's not true. We denied Enrique.
Traps. Elite managers.
I could keep giving going. Like
no, but elite managers don't think like that. Elite managers will see this as a puzzle or a problem to be fixed or solved. You know, understand?
No, you're crazy, man. Listen, at the end of the day, look,
like
it's very difficult.
No. Leaders, generals, elite managers, in general, it takes a personality type, right? So what you and I, normal people, seen as a complete total mess, they see it as an opportunity to make the name or to prove that they could develop something. All right, and that's just a fucking life, though.
Wait,
I'm not going to agree with that.
Man, wait, Joe. I know you got the Chelsea links. Check the chat. It says Lavia is injured again.
I just saw it. I'm going to check it right now. I'm checking the legitimacy of it.
There is no way Lavia is injured already. There's no way.
No.
Ain't that nigga just come off
There's
injury?
no way this man is injured again.
The fuck?
Hell no.
Nah, that's
No.
and just an
Ain't no
hour
way.
ago,
Yeah,
just an hour ago, he posted on Instagram saying that it was a tough journey back and he's happy to play another game like that. I don't see anything about an injury about Lavia.
No, more trolling.
He came off limp. He was limping had a little limp at the end of the game, but he wasn't like injured. Like he was one of the players that he could have taken off and he didn't. So he did like I don't.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'm the same with Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, see, when you want a manager out, yeah,
guys, stop lying.
You look for any and anything for him to go in it. Simple as that. Yeah, but look,
some issues, not a big issue.
Right now, you see with the situation. I mean, as far as I was aware, I'm sure there was some kind of meeting with Luis Enrique. These big managers are not gonna come and let a man like Todd Bowley, yeah, who wants to play 4-4-3 and that, yeah, tell them what players to get, what players not to get, X, Y, and Z. They're not having that. It's as simple as that. None of these managers,
they have people that actually make these decisions that Todd Bowley has already hired. It's not Todd Bowley making.
Todd Bowley is just the face. Todd Bowley just a front man. He's a figurehead.
Bro,
yes, he's not even the player. He's not even the main man, bro. He doesn't own the most.
How much percent you own? Like 10% of the shit?
Yep, 15%, exactly.
15%. The man is a figurehead. He's just the lightning bolt to take
listen, no one else. Listen, no one.
He's someone to blame. That's what he is.
No one else.
A figurehead is someone who appears to be the leader, but they have no actual power. How much power you have with 15%?
Listen, no one. Listen,
having 15% about you can have 50% about girlfriend.
Listen,
I gotta go. See you guys.
Nobody.
Thank you.
Nobody has, mentioned 4-4-3, but Todd Bowley. Yeah, that was his thing. He's not. Whether you think he's a figurehead or whatever you think he is, at this present moment in time, he is the man that is in charge. He's the one telling people that Tuchel didn't want to collab with them. He was the one. Yeah. So at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I don't really care who's in control. At the end of the day, these men are buying players that managers don't want. At the end of the day, because the half of these players, you couldn't tell me, for all these players that are in there, you couldn't tell me who's a Tuchel signing, who's a Pot signing, who's a Pot signing. You can tell me who's a Lampard signing, yeah. But at the end of the day, you can't tell me nothing since then. So at the end of the day, this is the club buying these players, and no big manager is going to have man buying players, willy-nilly, just to suit.
Exactly, they undermine the manager, bro.
No, that's cap. Yeah. You tell me, Don Carlo can't get a tune out of these men.
He can't, bro. He can't get a tune out of.
Elite managers, bro. And Potter just a fraud.
Elite managers don't ask for kids. Traps is cooking, bro.
So you think Jurgen Klopp just get everything you wanted? Salah,
not necessarily. Not necessarily, but he gets majority.
He didn't want Salah. What you do?
I've got a question for you. You're saying, do you think Ancelotti could get a tune out of these players, right?
Yeah,
do you think, Don Carlo, that has been winning UCL since like 1992, do you think he's going to put his reputation on the line for these men?
Exactly. Do you think he will?
So wait. So you tell me if Don Carlo go to Chelsea and he fail, that going to fuck up his whole legacy?
Exactly, it will, because he can't coach 15-year-olds at his age, blood.
No. Who's that, the ultimate vibes man, Don Carlo?
Listen, man,
Vibes is king, dog. No. Vibes is king. You Mr. Man, I telling you,
let me cook, man.
Carlo Ancelotti could get a tune out of these youth men on them now. You understand? When he go there,
come on, man. What he like Gordon. Waffle, bro.
No, them going what he like Gordon.
He went Everton. I mean, he went Everton, obviously, and I don't know. Everton done okay, and for me, underachieved the Everton. I don't know, but I don't even want to talk about it.
Let me cook, bro.
Man, we're going off topic. For me, like, I just want to move on from the Chelsea thing because you don't have much longer. We've got about 8 minutes left, if that. I'm probably going to close off in 4 minutes, innit? Manchester City, I know it's very short Manchester City did win 2-1 against Everton. Everton did go 1-0 up. 3-1 to Manchester City, my bad. Yeah. What are you man's thoughts on City, obviously? Do you reckon that these guys are kind of slowly, you know how there's this whole Arsenal and Liverpool beef going on, yeah? You reckon City are just going to kind of just do their thing on the low? They've got a game in hand. Like, where's
your months, can I just say, bro? Your months, bro. It's my turn.
I watched the second half. I didn't see that. I saw first half, they were bad, innit?
I watched the game, bro.
Second half, they picked
City
up.
are running on mentality. City are running on mentality right now. That's what they are doing. They're running on mentality.
Yeah, man. City on this mentality thing, innit?
Because at the end of the day, that first half.
One at a time.
Go on.
Yeah, Mons. And obviously, we've seen this time and time again. When they've every season they start to fall off, but when they sign some really great players, you see that their winning form will continue. So that's I still think for me that Man City will win it, but it depends if they can do what they always do every season, like go on a winning form and let other teams slip up. That's the only way.
Yeah, that's the only way at the moment. But
go on, Minerals.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
big up, man. Bro, it's my turn, Traps, man.
Traps, let Minerals
my turn, bro.
Yeah, go.
Come on, man. Big up, bro. First of all, man, big up, lads, and up to the Minerals, as I say, and Traps is my guy. And as I said, for Man City, first half, they looked vulnerable, in my opinion. Like, Everton created a few opportunities. Harrison cooked them, but second half, that was Man City. That was vintage Man City. They dug out the comeback, and we just need to hope they don't sign anyone in January, and like their injury and their players aren't at it like previous seasons. It's just about hope, and I hope that Arsenal can sign a striker because I'm an Arsenal fan, innit? So yeah, man, we just need to be careful, man.
I hear it. I do hear it.
I think. Listen, today I watched the first half. I watched the game, like I said, because I had something riding on it, and the first half, obviously, they were poor. They were toothless. That Nunes kid, he's not good enough for Man City. What I see,
Nunes is a bozo.
But what I see from his play, he is not good enough for Man City. Yeah, he's gonna go the same way that Calvin Phillips.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, right, like. Look, City right now, I just think as it stands right now, City have got a mentality here. They've got a winning mentality here. That's what they are, really. They're winners at this. There's a group of winners over there. And I just think, as it stands right now, whoever wins the title this season, I think City will retain it. They won't retain it, because I think City will be back next season. But I think losing Kevin De Bruyne for half a season or more, losing Gundogan and Mahrez was a step too far. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think that, like I said, it's not a question of me, like I said, Marcus is saying that he thinks that City will win the league.
Why?
People think when I talk about City, it's because I want them to win the league. Just face the reality of things. I think City's a step too far this season. I don't think they'll win the league this season because it's a step too far for them. Like I said, Gundogan's gone, Mahrez gone, Kevin De Bruyne missing for obviously Haaland's been out for a few games. I don't think they'll do it this season. Obviously, the second half, they literally told the referee that was a penalty. The referee looked at them, and then blew his whistle and then pointed to the spot. I don't think it was a penalty, but nevertheless, they got the third goal. Yeah, killed off the game, and that's what City will do. So, and the thing is, everyone's gonna turn around and say, "Oh, this is the hallmark of champions. When you're down, you win ugly and this and that." I just don't think City have got it this year. I think they're gonna win 5 trophies this year, and it's very hard for you to have the same hunger after you've just won 5 trophies. And at the end of the day, you've lost key players too. And if people are talking about in January, who are they gonna go and buy in January? Who are they really going to buy in January? Who do you think they could buy in January that's gonna fix this?
Now, well, it's kind of hard when you just say it like that, you know. That's something I don't think about.
Because, you know, people might say, "Oh, Paqueta and all these men, they're not got West Ham are not letting these men go because there's going to be more."
I hear it. No, I hear what you mean, chaps. I'm just to even stop you, bro. But bro, like the only thing I say with City is that, yeah, cool. They're looking preferable. City are mad preferable. every game was looking like a struggle for them, and which is something I haven't seen in years. However, are Liverpool, my club, is Liverpool taking advantage of it? No. Have Arsenal taken advantage of it? No.
No.
We ain't taking it. Like, we've done okay to be ahead of them, but we know, as a Liverpool fan, I have trauma from these men.
But like I said last night,
unless I see 12 points, unless I see a minimum of a 12-point gap, I will never write them man off.
Yeah, but remember I was talking to you about the Arsenal-Liverpool game, and I said to you, look, what did we learn? We learned nothing. What do we know? Right? Like, what do we know? We know that Arsenal, when the pressure comes, they tend to bottle it. We know Liverpool can put a run together, and we know City can put a run together. So at the end of the day, you can't write City off, but I just think losing Gundogan, losing De Bruyne for half a season, and losing Mahrez is a step too far. That's what I think. And I feel like as a result, that's why you're not seeing no one capitalize, because everyone, Arsenal, Liverpool, and City, as it stands right now, are pretty much on the same level. Yeah, City are looking. Liverpool look like they can lose games. Arsenal are not playing to the best of their ability, but nevertheless, they've been consistent enough to remain where they're at. But everyone's in and around and amongst it, because City win their game, they go level on points, no?
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Yeah.
So
they're level on points.
No, City right now,
there'll be 2 points. They're still 2 points behind Liverpool. But 2 points for me. Oh, if man tell me I'm ahead of City by 2 points, I don't give a fuck. That ain't good enough. I need this man losing. So you see, when I see Everton going 1-0 up, I'm praying. I'm like, bro, like, you see when Arsenal, how about this? Arsenal could be 1 point behind Liverpool, and City could be 7 points behind Liverpool. Ask me who I fear more. Ask me who I fear more. Ask me who I fear more.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Because
I fear God.
Because you know that this man can put a run together when you're ready. Look at the season we was top in January. We was top in January. 19 matches.
I'm shook. Listen, Marcus, I am shook.
I'm shook. Them like me and afraid. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. You can hide behind me, dog. I ain't afraid.
No, but listen, you lot need to be scared of City, because you lot have seen what City have done to you, man, over the years.
I fear God.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Right now,
it is one of them ones.
But right now, unless God come back,
we don't know how Kevin De Bruyne
right now, bro. You need to be
we don't know how Kevin De Bruyne is gonna come back from that injury.
Brother. Kevin De Bruyne has applied VO5 to his hair, bro.
Vidal Sassoon.
This brother has slicked back. This brother has slicked back his hair like he is that fucking Grealish. I have never seen Kevin De Bruyne apply texture to his hair. All the 10 years I have watched Kevin De Bruyne, I have not seen him apply texture to his headpiece in years. Do you know what that means? That means 30 yards screaming. That means he's hitting 15 assists this season, even though he gave everyone a 15-game head start. This is what he's giving. Man have an 18 game head start. He's getting 15 assists this season. That's what, you know what? And it's not even the normal VO5. It's the one that Arteta uses. It's the stronghold where man's hair don't move in the wind. His hair don't move in the wind. That is, bro. I'm telling you. You see when Pogba went bald, or you know when Rooney went bald, bro, and he got superpowers, blood. He started scoring 30 yarders every 2 games, man. It's that, G. When a footballer goes through that hair thing, and you're a bad boy,
you just got PTSD, man. Hey, you need to calm down. It's PTSD, bro. Relax.
Why does everyone think I'm going crazy when
it didn't even look that different to me, bro. He doesn't look like a normal white man.
Listen.
Go on. Do I need to get the picture, bro? Do I need to show you man the picture? His hair is slicked back like boy from Harry.
Hey, months.
Bro,
you come back like he's pick up another injury, bro. Like Kevin De Bruyne is going to pick up another injury before the end of the season, bro.
Brother, man, okay, that's fine. Listen, you man, yeah. You see KDB in it, yeah. He's giving everyone a head start, bro. You see Haaland. I don't even fear Haaland. I don't fear without KDB. I don't look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that.
Jesus.
We're finished. We're done. You think we've done it? This is why we needed to beat Arsenal and we needed to beat Man U. We're finished, fam. Look at man's hair, bro.
No, that Man U result is one of the most. That Man U result is one of the most disgraceful results I ever seen in my lifetime.
I know, Kedma, but hear me out. But Kedma, hear me out though. I know. Listen, you know me, bro. Kedma, I know you've been watching BSB for a while, so I know you know me, innit? Yeah, I know you know me well. So hear this, man. Hear this, bro. Hear this, bro. I might sound very crazy right now. I probably sound very crazy talking about VO5 stronghold in the man's hair and that. But Bedrin, when he steps on the pitch and does this, when he does that, you know what a man does? You know what a man does this one? You know what a man does?
No.
You know what a man does this? When he steps up, bro, when it's a 20, when the free kick's 25 yards, bro, you man know it, bro. Man,
so you not going to come out of your body, dog. Jujutsu Kaisen.
You man know when he steps over a free kick and he's 25 yards out and he does this, when he puts the comb over to the side, you know it's flying top corner.
He going to open the 8 gate. He going to open the 8 gate. You understand? He going to open the 8 gate and score from the halfway line.
Bro, the 8 in the gates, bro, on a Rock Lee thing. You know what it is, bro. But listen, you look, we've gone over time. Listen, we're gonna have to end it there. It's been a good stream. Obviously, big up Elijah.
Right up to the screen.
Yeah, I can't see the screen, bro. It's too bright.
So the white balance, you got to put it right up.
Can you see it?
Right. Down.
Oh my God, it's true. He actually does have an injury. Oh my days.
What?
Why injury?
Huh?
What?
Oh my days.
Huh? Send the link for the tweet in the private chat so they can put it up on the screen for the people.
What's happened?
Lavia injured as fuck, bro.
Lavia.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, let me tell you. Chelsea read a bad book. Chelsea read a bad book. Somebody walk over on this man and them dog. Can be juju. Like voodoo.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Bro, man played 14 minutes, bro.
He came on, now he's got an injury. Jeez, this club is just doing my head in.
Finished.
Hey, listen, you lot, on that note, we'll be live tomorrow during the day and we will talk about the injury. That is crazy. Hey, I said I'm sorry. You lot, hey, there's still 142 people in the chat. I don't know how many likes we're on, but I hope we're near 100 likes. I don't know how many likes we're on. We're on 88 likes. So 12 more likes. And we will, and obviously we get go on.
No, it have a 60-hour occupation going on, right? Imagine somebody come in your house and they tell you that them house and you had to move from there. You're fucking crazy, yeah. Free Palestine, free Congo, and free up the everywhere where how war in the world right now. You understand?
Every single time. Tell them again. You know what I'm saying?
All of the bad mind people who just watch it, watch now, just person like it free though. You understand? I remember we getting money off of this thing, so just give me a like, you know, I started free, you know what I mean? Yeah, but on Ghana.
No, I'm saying big up, man, Kedma. Thank you, appreciate that. Obviously, big up Traps. Make sure you follow him on TikTok and all socials. Big up Elijah Talks Football. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow up, and of course, subscribe to Big Six Pants, man. We're not too far from 7,500. We're not too far. Free Palestine, yeah, I'm saying follow up Kedma as well. You know what I'm saying? Free, as I said, free.
You see that name? Just type in my name. All social media, follow me, I'll follow you back. That's not it. You know what
I'm saying? Big up and make sure. Obviously, you can follow me as well, man. And obviously, I'll drop you a follow as well, man. I think you know my. Do you know my? You probably got my socials. You probably see my socials somewhere.
Yeah.
I did just use Twitter for like porn and shit.
I ain't following nobody, bro. If you add me, you have to do an audition in the request. If it's a good audition,
man, we're locking it off, man. Listen, we're gonna lock it off in my favorite video. You know what I'm saying? Again, let's get to 100 likes. Drop a comment down below. And listen, people, I'm feeling generous, so I might just run this tomorrow after the Arsenal game and the Tottenham game. I might just run a call-in show tomorrow, just because I enjoyed this one today, and I haven't.
We will be there. No. We will be there.
Love that. I haven't been running call-in shows because I've been so busy with obviously my acting and obviously I'm doing 10 shows a week and I'm doing shows on Never. I'm doing everything. So guys, I'm trying to find a specific date once a week where there will be a call-in show regularly. But for now, it's going to be spontaneous. So if you're watching this now, you know, tomorrow at this time, we're going live again. It's a call-in. The link's there. You can join. We're going to end it with my favorite video. You know what I'm saying? Big up everyone. You know what I'm saying? Big up Jamaica every time. The homeland. Let's move.
Oh my God. You're fucked. Oh my days. Oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore, blood.
Big up.
Can't do this anymore. I can't do
Enzo's
this.
shit. Enzo is so shit.
31 minutes in a semi-final of a fucking European competition. This is your only way to the Champions League. And you put out this performance. Look at this fucking shit, Zah. They're coming again.
Oh my God.
Oh my days. What is going on? What the fuck? When are people going to open their eyes? When are they going to open their eyes?
I cannot do this with this fucking team, honestly.
Look at this shit. Look at this. You're telling me trust the process. Trust this and trust that. Suck your mother for a straw. I don't give